Geo visualization, visualization of geography or geography related aspects. So we'll see two things, consider some of the potential pitfalls which are associated with choropleth maps and discuss various aspects of geo visualization. So choropleth mapping, decision is made in constructing a choropleth map includes choice of areas and choice of indicators. Choice of areas are numbers and location that may be predetermined in small number of problems and heterogeneity. And choice of indicator which includes the need to normalize, that is the rate, density or means, and need to standardize and probability mapping. So number of classes, maybe too few classes, too many classes, and choice of class intervals, that may be spatial versus frequency distribution, division of range, percentiles, geometric progressions, natural breaks, and user specified. And choice of tones as well, that is gradation, which is clearly distinguishable yet evenly spaced, and monochromatic and dichromatic. Coming to geo visualization, even making sensible decisions, a choropleth map may still give a misleading impression. So small high density areas may be difficult to see, whereas large sparsely populated areas may dominate the whole map. Solution may be to draw areas to reflect their population, that is isodemographic maps or cartograms. This is one of the type. This is the another type. You may see the difference. So cartograms, 5 properties of areas may be inferred from traditional undistorted maps: size, shape, distance, direction, contiguity. These properties help us recognize which area is which. And if size is distorted, then so much at least one other property related. Then objective is to minimize distortions of other properties to permit areas to be recognized. And graph paper may be used in the pre-computer arena, but this produced very rectangular shapes there. Apart from being not very good, this example is particularly difficult to interpret, like area shapes may be distorted, relative location is distorted, and contiguity is not preserved in this way. See, so by abandoning the shape and contiguity, it may be possible to retain relative locations. Alternatively, it may be possible to retain shape by drawing an exploded map, that is by shrinking all but the most densely populated areas, and this is also not a good solution. So this would also preserve relative location but could leave a lot of empty space. This is the problem with this type of approach. But better results must be achieved by sacrificing distance or direction. So preserving shape works best if the areas are readily identified from their shape, that is countries from the European Union, somewhat in this way. Various algorithms have been devised in the present arena, that is the computer age, and one of the most successful was devised by Kirkmode and House. This partially preserves shape and relative locations while completely preserving contiguity. And contiguity constraint caused shape of California to become distorted. This is one of the example. See, and see the distortion of the shape. And then 3D displays. Traditional maps use contour lines to show the third dimension. However, even using color to create a hypsometric map, some people find them difficult to read. So we have alternative approaches, that is hill shading, or bogged diagrams, or stereoscopic images. Animation is also one of the tools. Traditional maps are static, so using GIS we can create a series of maps, that is scenes, to make a movie. And this could be used to show changes over time, that is weather systems, land use changes, etc. May also be used for fly-through animations. Moreover, the user interaction could link histogram with movable divides with the class intervals on a choropleth map to allow user to interactively explore the distribution. And non-visual displays, that is sound, may be used to create maps for blind people. So haptic maps based on sense of touch can also be created. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.